I've got my finished cube, or whatever the object is, and now I want to go and 3D print it. So the next step in order to actually print it is to find the body itself. So in this case, it's just the cube. That's the thing I want to print. If I want to print multiple files, I go through this process for every individual file. So I right click it, I go save as mesh, and this drop down comes up. The really important thing is I don't want this 3MF format, which is the default. I want the STL. And there's not really a huge difference between the two, but by default, binary is sort of the easiest one to use. So I'm going to use STL binary. And STL is the name of a 3D printing file. So for example, there are some really good websites out there like thingiverse.com, which is really just an open source library of 3D printing files that you can just download, basically put straight through with slicing software that I'll go through, and then 3D print it. So anything that you are looking for that may already exist, you can just search it. And in this case, say I wanted a dice. I'm expecting there's probably a few. Dice towers for the D&D fans among us. But yeah, some dice sets, some hexadecimal. There you go, some plain old 6-sided die, things like that. And all I do is I go to the download. It'll take me here. In this case, this has got a lot of parts. I would just download each individual file and then put them through the 3D printer software. So going back to Fusion, I've got my STL file. I don't really need to change any of this. I just say OK, and it's going to ask me where I want to save my cube STL file. So you just save that wherever it is you want to download. And that is exporting a 3D model into an STL file to be 3D printed.